Hello, welcome for joining in on the latest edition of Ragic Office Hour. Let's get started on the questions. All right, this is a long one and looks like a suggestion. Okay, please fix notifications and URLs for multiple version sheets. While you didn't develop the field level access feature, please do a minor upgrade on how notifications and URLs work. Well, we are in the process of developing the field level access feature, so it's like 50% done. So it's still under development, and it's definitely coming. So yeah, for the field level access feature, you can expect it online in the coming months. So the groundwork's are ready, and we just need to add some UI level things for this. Okay, so what what you mean is that imagine there are sheet A and B, where B is just another version of A, where some fields are hidden. Alex has access to A, Boris can access B. Okay, so as Alex sends a link to the record on the sheet A to Boris, then if Boris opens it, he will get this record as been deleted or does not exist. Well, yeah, because Boris doesn't have access to sheet A. Click here to go back to listing. So if Boris wants to open the record, then he has to close the message, then click on another message. You can also click here to go to another version. Close the message, click on another message. You can go to another version of this sheet which you have access to, and then he will finally reach the goal. But if the system can actually check if the user has access to another version, why don't it just open automatically? It's way more natural and can save a lot of nerves and time for the users. Okay, let me check. Okay, yeah, I'll need to check on the exact behavior here, and it does look like that, if on the first message it shows that you can go to the other version of the sheet, it would be kind of it would be a little bit better, yeah. Okay, I'll need to take a look at the actual behavior to make sure it would to make sure that it works better that way. Okay, another odd example of the design is how email notifications work. If Alex commented on record A, Boris wouldn't get any notifications, even if Alex will mention Boris directly. That makes notifications totally useless in multiple version scenarios. Yeah, but this is a problem because let's say there are like 10 versions and like five versions that Boris can view, and in those five versions, we're not in both of the above situations. We don't know which version we should direct Boris to. So I think the main problem that with the design currently is this, because there could be multiple versions of the same sheet that Boris has access to. And right now you're saying that Boris has only access to version B, but usually the problem would be, if there are multiple versions. And you would probably say that, any version is fine, but in a lot of cases, it's kind of hard to specify which version. But still, this is a design issue that we should address, and I believe that this will be remedied by quite a bit after we introduce the field level access feature. So if we have the field level access feature, I think it will help out with this quite a bit. So mind you, the field level access feature should be coming in like a few months. Okay, and things are getting worse with approvals. If Alex X requests approval on the record for Boris, Boris will get an email where he will see the version which Alex sees, with fields that are supposed to be hidden for Boris. Then again, if Boris wants to open the record, he has to go to the message and close it and click here to go to another version. Yeah, it's the same thing as above, but on the email he's gonna see the approval on the version A. Hmm. Well, still, I think um, the best solution for this is still to have a field level access right control. Yeah, so you don't really create a multiple version for in this use case. Okay, let's finish reading the question. In my last bag, please make an option to get only notifications on comments where a user has mentioned directly. Where a lot of things are happening, your email will be overwhelmed by minor comments, so you can miss something that's really important. Most local software that I use have this feature, so I suppose it's worth adding it too. Only notifications on comments. I do believe that we have something in our pipeline for this, so I'm gonna double check and make sure that this gets done in like a couple of months. Thank you for keeping in touch with your customers. Feel free to contact me if you have anything to discuss, how we use Ragic in our business processing. I can provide you with a lot of insights and examples from other local software being using and configuring. Yeah, and thank you. I do think if your team or your organization is open to talking to our marketing team and to maybe write up a user story, like a use case study, and feel free to let us know. And our marketing team are usually very happy to talk to customers and write user case studies for for reference of other users and get first-hand user feedbacks on how they're using Ragic and their applications. So okay, to sum up. Okay, first of all, we are in the process of adding field level access right control. So most of these issues should mainly be mitigated by field level access right control. Okay, secondly, we will look into the redirection behavior when the user does not have access to the current version. Intuitive. And lastly, for approval. Approval, it sounds like the same problem, but yeah, on the original sheet, if the approval for process is on the original sheet, it should show all the fields on the original sheet. But this should also be remedied if we have field level access control, where we can control what fields that should be displayed when sent to this user. So, the notification based on sheet version A and during approval should contain fields that Boris has access to. Should only. After we introduce field level access right control. Yeah, and it's gonna be hard for us to choose a version because there could be multiple versions that Boris has access to. But field level access right control would solve this. Okay, and the last one about the comment notifications. We'll be introducing comment configuration for comment notifications. All right, thank you for your suggestions, and yeah, we really appreciate this, and yeah, and we really like it when we have like this level of detail of kind of what's happening with you and how we can improve our product, and we will certainly um, discuss more in detail of your suggestions and to make sure that if there's anything other that we can do to mitigate these in unintuitive behaviors. But mostly, I think it will be solved by the field level access feature. All right, next question. Rich text menu in comment section. Okay, it's me again. The question from legal department. They're asking if you plan to add rich context menu on the comment section of a record. We know that you have BB code, but it's a little bit complicated for ordinary users. Even Windows-style shortcuts like Control B, Control U will be very useful. Okay. Well, we do have something in our pipeline to add a kind of a floating buttons for you to format your text. So that's also in our pipeline. So yeah, that should be coming. But it's a good reminder that we can also add Control B, Control U to like boldface or underline text. So yeah, I think we will be adding that fairly soon. Editing menu to the text when the text is selected on our coming releases. So thank you for the reminder on the hotkeys. Thank you. I'll double check on the progress of the editing menu. Okay, next question. Creation of task in Ragic based on fields in the sheet. First of all, thank you for creating such a wonderful product. Giving the opportunity to ask this question. No problem, you're welcome. I want to know if it's possible to create task in Ragic task section based on some fields, based on some fields or events or action button in a sheet. Right now, when you create reminders create tasks. So reminders will create tasks on a certain date. Imagine a use case where I want to assign a task to a Ragic user based on some field data. For example, for a sales record, I want to assign the task of payment collection to entry created after a due date of sales order is occurred once, or once the order has been delivered. If this is not built in, so if you use the reminder feature, you can the system will create a task for payment collection after a due date automatically. But once the order is delivered, yeah, because reminder is based on the date, not on the change of a status. So yeah, we will need to think about how to send out this task. It's kind of also like a reminder, once the order has been delivered. We will need to come up with a design that can meet the requirement of reminding someone or creating a task for them once the order has been delivered, which means the change of a value of a selection field. Okay. If this is not built in right now, is there a workaround to do the same, or this could be supported through the Ragic API? Well, if you're talking about the API, then this could certainly be done with the API or JavaScript workflow. You could write a daily workflow to go through the records and check for the due dates and to check for the changes on the order status to send out the notifications. So with either the API or the JavaScript workflow, it should be able to do that. But generally, we're talking about, if we can do this without writing any code. If you could support such a feature, the task session in Ragic will become more useful and will add more value to this product. All right, thank you for your suggestion. I think you could try out first the reminders, because the reminders will send out not only an email to remind the user, but also create a task for the user. So first of all, you can try out the reminder feature for sending out the payment collection to entry creator after due date. The reminder not only sends out an email, but also creates a task for the user. As for creating tasks on status changes. As for creating tasks on status changes, because we do have like notify me here. So if we could add something here, like notify me when a record goes into the view. Now this notify me means that if a record is created or updated into this view, so that originally this record was not in this view, after this change, it becomes into that view. So for example, if I have a list of issues and a view is only the high priority issues. So if I have a notify me on the high priority issues, it's gonna send me an email for notification to notify me once a new issue is created under high priority or an issue has been changed to high priority. So this is the notify me for a certain view. So I guess we could apply the same idea on the notify me in views to create tasks on these status changes based on views. To do something similar with the current view, notify me for views, so that they not only sends out an email, but also creates a task for the user. All right, thank you for your suggestion. All right, and that's it for the questions for today. And thank you for joining in on the Ragic Office Hour questions. Yeah, I really enjoyed the very detailed suggestions and feedback on using Ragic, and that's something that really fuels us and pushes us forward to make Ragic a better product for everyone in each use cases. And we will certainly, improve our product on each product release to make sure that everybody can use Ragic to digitalize your business process more smoothly. So we want to make sure that everyone works happily under Ragic. And thank you for joining in. Let's talk to you in 2 weeks. All right, thank you. Bye.